What's up everybody, this is Age, and in this video we're going to talk about balance, mostly around sPvP. Now, I know a lot of people are frustrated with the balance for sPvP since Heart of Thorn's release, and I figured this is a good topic to finally get into. So I'm going to try to explain from my perspective why balance is important to Guild Wars 2, even more so than before. So let's start with Pro Leagues. Now this is where the best teams compete for money, status, and so on, but it's essentially the embodiment of ArenaNet's new path to make Guild Wars 2 more of an esport. So Pro Leagues started a week before PvP League, aka Guild Wars 2 PvP rank system. It started out with players more or less playing the professions they're good at, but by the time winter break came in, profession picks narrowed into a ton of Chronomancers, Condi Revenants, and Tempests in Pro League, in pretty much every team. It was the winning formula given the state of the meta. Now given that these professions have high sustain, they can stay on capture points for an absurd amount of time. Now this is bad for Guild Wars 2 as an esport. Why? Because it makes for boring gameplay to watch as a viewer. Sure, it's impressive that they can keep on points for so long, but it takes away something vital. Death. No one wants to see a fight drag on for 10 minutes in mid. It's not interesting nor exciting to watch after a while. In Guild Wars 2 particularly, there are scenarios where awesome revive plays can come in, which makes it more interesting to watch. There's also the issue of less variety. It's super rare to see a thief, and warrior is non-existent. Since most teams are running pretty much the same composition with the same professions, it shows there are few options for a strong winning formula. This meta persists without any type of balance patch to address these issues for about 3 weeks. It got so bad that a team had to drop a series due to a disconnect issue and a rage quit. Now I'm not saying that it was right to rage quit a match, but I can understand why. Oddly enough, the day after that week of matchups, a patch to tone down Chronomancers and Condi Revenant went through. Now let's transition to PvP League. The idea was that ArenaNet was going to put a balance patch 2 weeks prior to a season starting for a meta change and fine-tune stuff to keep things in line before the season actually started. So the patch 2 weeks prior to season 1 for professions was mostly bug fixes or visual culling of skills so that spell effects weren't a cluster of light in your face. There was no balancing of skills traits in this patch or the patch when PvP leagues became available. Similar to Pro League, people played what they wanted at first, but if you went higher and higher, the more you had to play the stronger meta builds. To be fair, PvP League has more variation builds. Now, I honestly believe that between the span of Heart of Thorn's release and PvP League, there was enough time to assess the sPvP meta and balance accordingly. However, there could have been a multitude of reasons why a strong balance patch never happened. Assessing results from Pro League and raids are the first things that come to mind. With these features coming out at different times in between Heart of Thorn's release and PvP League release, it makes for bad timing on doing a balance assessment. In the end, I think it's important to have the healthiest balance possible to keep matches fun yet challenging for everyone. So I think ArenaNet should have this in mind for balancing sPvP if they don't already, and that is, make all professions viable to some extent in high-level sPvP play. This helps avoid stagnation as it keeps matches interesting to go into and watch, and it lets people play what they'd like to some extent at least. The problem with this right now is that identifying what to change in order to promote players towards this path, which can take a good while. There's also the issues of other modes/features that come out that could potentially hinder this process. Another thing is to push balance patches as soon as possible for really strong traits or abilities that promote unhealthy play. This is also a bit of a problem because something that can be really strong and needs to be toned down, or it might be okay and it needs to be further watched to see if it's truly OP. I think every 2 weeks is a good pace to address these types of issues if you slowly tweak and evaluate. Waiting a month to fix an evident issue is not good in my opinion. Anyway, that's going to be my thoughts on balance. I'm hoping things turn out a little better for next season. and we'll just have to see. So this has been Age, and if you like this video, I'd appreciate a like. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.